नमस्ते फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से वेलकम। और फ्रेंड्स, श्री रमेश भटेजा जी जो हमारे बैंक रिटायरीज हैं, उन्होंने एक पत्र जो यूनियन के लीडर्स यानी कि यूओबीयू के लीडर्स को, जितने भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स हैं, उनको लिखा था। और फिर उन्होंने एक लेटर CH वेंकटाचलम जी को एड्रेस करते हुए शेयर किया है। डियर श्री CH वेंकटाचलम जी, जनरल सेक्रेटरी AIBA, you invited me to chat on WhatsApp, but sorry to say I am not comfortable there, but prefer to share my views on WhatsApp. ये ऐसा लगता है कि वेंकटाचलम साहब इस पत्र के बाद उनको WhatsApp पे चैट करने के लिए इनवाइट किया होगा, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा कि मैं अपना व्यूज़ भेजता हूँ चैट करने के बजाय। फर्स्ट लेट मी assure you that none of the pensioner have any personal issue with any of the leaders, but you must know that pensioners are extremely dissatisfied and desperate due to your indifferent and the discriminatory attitude towards the pensioners' issues. I repeat that if you think that only you or your UOB leaders has the right to negotiate on pensioner issues, then why you all UOB leaders behave discriminatorily with pensioners and do not exert pressure on IBA and DFS for updation of pension, whereas for working employees sometimes you go to the extreme side and threat to go on strike but withdraw later on. Regulation 12 provides that pension will be introduced by a scheme to be negotiated and settled between the parties to this settlement by 31st December 93 for applicability, qualifying service, amounts of pension, payment of pension, commutation of pension, family pension, updating and other general conditions, etc. on the lines as are in force in RBI. My first question is why the updation of pension was not introduced in the BEPR 1995. My second question is why are you still silent on this issue? Why it is the issue which is discussed almost daily with you by several pensioners personally on mobile, chat, emails, letters and on WhatsApp. Third question is that when the IBA during BPS negotiation avoids to discuss and propose to postpone pensioner issue for next meeting, why don't you insist to decide it urgently? However, it clearly shows that you are least interested in resolving the pensioner legitimate issues. Fourth question is whether the special allowance was not introduced only to cause loss to the pensioners. Fifth question is when the IBA contends for constraints of financial of banks only for pension updation, why you seem to be always favoring negative attitude of IBA. Please let me know where it is written in BEPR 95 that the pension updation will be made available only if the banks have easy financial position. It is the declared contract between banks and AIBA that the pension will be on similar lines of RBI and was assured by a Memorandum of Settlement 93, which is still the only legal document signed by AIB and IBA and shown to us while seeking our option in 1994 when BEPR was not in existence. It is a clear case of criminal fraud committed deliberate with retired employees jointly by IBA, UFBU, union and banks. Sixth question is why our share of 25% of welfare fund is not given us as ordered by DFS to IBA as per recommendation made by the Khandelwal committee. It is again a joint conspiracy planted against pensioners by IBA and UFBU leaders who forced the retirees to pay for the IBA group medical insurance policy premium every year. Why did you and all other UOBU unions leaders agree with such wrong scheme introduced to recover the premium from retirees for IBA group health insurance scheme and overruled the order of DFS? I wish to make it clear that it is not a bank's scheme. It is a IBA scam, not a scheme enforced with purpose to earn and share with you the commission given by insurance companies. Seventh question is why the scheme like ex gratia was agreed, for which there is no provision in BAPR 95. If at all introduced, why not reviewed every year in April as agreed, and what are your efforts to correct it? Last but not the least, that why DA points of 8088 points has not been merged in basic pay of pensioner pre 1st November 22. It is almost no profit, no loss exercise, but you have decided to harass and give mental torture to the pensioner by creating unnecessarily another issue which could be avoided. These issues are, you may take it as complaint and annoyance from all the pensioner for all the 9 allies of your view. You all have still an opportunity to resolve the pending issues of pensioner in judicious manner to be absolved from all your injustices done in the past 35 years. रमेश भटेजा SBPC के पेंशनर, और उन्होंने काफ़ी सारे यूबी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स के लीडर्स को किया है। फ्रेंड्स, एक एक पॉइंट श्री भटेजा जी ने गिना दिया कि किस तरह से बैंकर्स के साथ इन लीडर्स का व्यवहार रहा है, खासकर से सीएच बैंक का वेंकटाचलम। एक एक पॉइंट्स में ये गिनतियां गिना दी कि आपने कहां कहां पे हमको हैरेस किया है, कोई भी मौका नहीं छोड़ा है, और वाकई इन सबों को दूर करके जस्टिस करिए ओल्ड बैंक पेंशनर्स के साथ। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्ते। श्री भटेजा जी ने श्री सीएच वेंकटाचलम का नंबर और ईमेल अकाउंट्स भी दिए हैं कि all retirees must send this message to Venkatachalam on his mobile and email, ताकि ये पता तो चले कि वाकई हम पेंशनर्स के अंदर भी एक चेतना है, हम मजबूर हैं इसलिए हम कुछ नहीं कहते, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कहना नहीं जानते। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्ते।